Hello everyone, this is GRE Killer and we are back with a new video. Now this is the part 2 of the GRE maths tips. I hope those maths tips were very helpful to you, and if you follow these tips, they will really help you to improve your score, because when we are telling you any tips or we are giving any tips, we are telling you everything from our personal experience. So it's not just these are not just general truths and facts, but these are also based on personal experience. And so the mistakes that we have made, you don't have to make them anymore. So let's look at the tips now. So the first tip for today is QCs. Now QCs are quantitative comparison questions. Now these questions, whenever you start preparing for the GRE, you don't take these questions seriously, because you see quantity A and quantity B and you think, oh, I just have, I just have to compare them, and how difficult could it be, right? And it's only when you have like 1 or 2 months left, and you see that your score is not improving because you've been giving a lot of mock tests, and then you realize that you're making all of the mistakes in the quantitative comparison section. So not only is this the most difficult part of GRE, but it's also the most tricky, because it looks really easy, and the questions are designed that way. They're designed to make to look really easy, so that you make a mistake and um, uh, answer something wrong. So don't think the people at GRE are your friends. They just want to disqualify as many people as possible, because there's so many people who are applying for the GRE exam, and they have to select very few people who can reach the top, who can score above 330. And so that's how they design the exam, so that you read something and you decipher something else. I mean, you read something and you understand something else, and when you mark the question and it's wrong, and then you think and like till the time you see your result, you're so confident that you have marked everything right, and you're getting a full score. But when you actually see the score, it really breaks your heart, because everything is wrong with the QCs. So we recommend that you spend a lot of time on QCs, because it is the most important, and I think you get around 7 to 8 questions from quantitative comparison, and they can be really tricky. So spend a lot of time on this, take it very seriously, and whenever you read a QC question, if it appears really easy, just know that there's something really wrong with that question. If it's looking really easy and you think, oh, it's just, the answer is C. If the answer comes that quickly, just take 30 more seconds and see all the options again. This is very important. Next is easy questions. Now you might think that why shouldn't I solve all the difficult questions, and then uh, I'll just keep getting better easily in the GRE. I don't have to look at the easy questions, just look at the difficult questions. But that's where you're wrong, because the easy questions, they help you build your base, they help you solidify your concepts, and they help you understand those concepts in the first place. I mean, because of these easy questions, you get a lot of confidence, and it gives you the confidence to tackle on the more difficult questions later on. So at least in the first 2 months of your GRE, just concentrate on the easy questions. That's it. And do about 20 to 25 easy questions every single day, so that you keep your brain warmed up, and like you can keep the blood flowing, and you remember all the concepts every single day. The next is difficult questions. Now, when exactly should you solve the difficult questions? Don't bother with the difficult questions for the first 2 months. I mean, for example, if you're preparing for 5 months, then for the first 2 months, don't look at the difficult questions, because they will only bring you down. They will just depress you and demotivate you. So keep solving the easy questions, and you'll build up those concepts. You'll build up a lot of confidence to be able to tackle difficult questions. And then when you look at difficult questions, you will be able to get to a particular place in the difficult question, in the sense like you require 100% to solve a question. You will be able to reach 80% when you're solving a question, and the last 20% you can obviously look at the solution when you're not able to finish it. And that feels much better than just tackling a difficult question and being at zero and thinking that, oh, I couldn't solve it, because you don't know where to start exactly. You won't even know where to start, because you have not solved enough easy questions every single day. So after the first 2 months are over, uh, you should do only 5 to 6 easy questions, and the rest 15 to 20 should be only difficult questions, hard and the very hard questions. Just focus on those questions, because now you have a strong concept, a strong backbone, and then you can start experimenting with the questions. You won't be depressed if you are not able to solve those questions, and if you make a lot of mistakes, because you know where you exactly are going wrong, and you just need that extra 20% to get the question right, and that's what you're looking for in the solution. And the solution is not holding you by the hand. In this case, it's just giving you that last bit of support, and that's exactly where you want to be. Next is permutation and combination and probability. Now this is combined. This is known as combinatorics. This is an important chapter in the GRE, and once you have hit the 160 mark in GRE preparation, that's when you should start concentrating on PNC and probability, because there will be one question or two questions from these topics, and that question won't be very straightforward. It'll be very, very twisted. So what we recommend is you give it a lot of quality practice. Don't focus on solving a lot of questions from PNC and probability. Just in the last 1 or 1.5 months that you have left, solve a lot of different types of permutation, combination, probability questions. Don't solve the same type of questions, because once you've seen a type of question and you're able to solve it, then there's no point on doing 10 more questions of the same type with this chapter especially. So solve a lot of different type of questions, difficult questions, so that you're able to get a grip on this chapter, because it's an easy concept to understand, combinatorics, but it's very, very difficult to master. It takes a lot of time, because the concepts they can confuse anybody. Even the best mathematicians get confused with these concepts when they're starting out. So we recommend that you give it a lot of quality practice, not quantity, but a lot of quality practice, in the sense you see a lot of questions from different places, you see videos on YouTube from different people, and you try and learn these concepts, and you practice a lot in the end, but only quality practice, in the sense from like very, very different questions. I hope you've understood that by now. So time and work and speed and distance. Now this is a topic that requires a lot of quantity practice. So because these questions, like for example, I'll just give you an example. Speed and distance, they have a concept of average speed, which you kind of keep forgetting because it's a bit confusing, and it confuses you at times. So even the best people, they make some mistakes when it comes to average speed, because average speed is not the same. You can't calculate it just like a normal average. You can't just add them up and divide it by the total. You don't do that. So there's a different way of calculating the average speed. So you just do look it up. And that's why it's speed and distance is an important topic in which you have to do a lot of quantity questions. So like for example, at least 5 questions every day. Just give it to time and work and speed and distance. No questions asked, because the more you practice in these topics, the better you get at these topics, and the stronger your concepts get. And these concepts are really important to get a good score in the GRE, by the way, because once you have solved all the QC questions, these are the topics that will take your score from 150 to 160. And then after 160, it's permutation, combination, combinatorics, and coordinate geometry. So till once you've reached like the 150 score, then start doing a lot of quantity practice on this. But I'd recommend you start from day one. Start these topics from day one. Do 5 questions every day after you've learned the concepts. So these were the tips for today, and let's look at them again. So quantitative comparisons, very, very important questions. Do take them very seriously. Easy questions, solve a lot of easy questions every single day to keep your neurons firing. Difficult questions, solve difficult questions after you have done a lot of easy, like thousands of easy questions. Once you've done that and you have a lot of confidence, start with the difficult questions. Do a lot of quality practice for combinatorics, do a lot of quantity practice for time and work and speed and distance. I hope these tips were very, very helpful to you. And if you don't think this is helpful to you, just try applying them, and they will really improve your score, because again, like I said, we're talking from experience. So these tips are really, really important, and you don't have to make the mistakes that we made. I hope this video improves your score, by the way. And tune in tomorrow for a new video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.